ईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Swami, we are continuing Gita Vahini. Swami, we are going to discuss the qualities of Sthithaprajna. Swami, please be with us. Please speak through us. Please listen through us. Our humble salutations at your lotus feet, Swami. Sai Ram. Sai Ram, brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for joining the Vahini Sudhamrita session, Group 3 for Gita Vahini. I'm just sharing the screen. Please let me know, brothers, if you are able to see the screen. Yeah. Thank you very much. Let us start the session. We went through various concepts of the Group 1, Group 2, and the introductory session of Gita Vahini by our loving Sir Sundara Anantaraman. If you do the congress of all many topics we discussed in the Group 1 and Group 2 and the previous session, I just want to give a kind of a glance on that, and then we will come to the qualities of Sthithaprajna. The reason is, as a students, basically the students of the ever loving students of our beloved Bhagavan, we have went through the various concept, the essential concepts which is going to enroute to the personality into Sthithaprajna. Those things just I want to remind, and we want to go through that, and then we will go to the concept of Sthithaprajna. Let me know if you are able to see my screen. We will go into the concept, but let's see the concepts. Hope you are able to see my screen. Yeah. In Ramakatha Rasavahini, we discussed about the divine character of Lord Sri Rama. Then in Bhagavata Vahini, we discussed about what is devotion. I mean, the very clear essence which is required for a sadhaka. All these points has been discussed. Krishna's life and his message. The most important point, the law of karma, and various, you can call it as the role models, or you can call it as personalities in Bhagavatam for a sadhaka to understand. And if you look into the Dharma Vahini, where we have we understood about dharmic person. Look into the Dhyana Vahini. Everything is very, very essential. Of course, every concept is essential, but what I am talking about, the enrouting towards the Sthithaprajna state. So just coming into the concepts, Dhyana Vahini, goal of meditation, need to control impulses, character development, one-pointed devotion, power of Namasmarana, Prema Vahini. In the Prema Vahini, again, bhakti and jnana, we have elaborated about the bhakti and jnana, danava to manava, qualities needed for a sadhaka, sadhana, the way of life. And when it comes to the next group two, we went through the philosophical approach which Swami has given to us to learn through and then become, coming into the next levels of layers, understanding ourselves. I'll come to the topic again. The Ashtanga Yoga, Shanti Prashanti, and then need to cultivate bhakti. Who am I? And there are 46 maxims which Swami has told in Sandeha Nivarani, gross and settled, external and internal world, which to understand about yourself, about the universe and also the universe in you. Again, that is 14 worlds, body and senses, aspects of yoga, ekam sat vipra bahudha vadanti, and come to the Veda and Vedanta, cleanliness and self-control, love and brotherhood, removing negative qualities, spirituality and Atma Vidya. The reason for all going through these different concepts is like, you know, elevating ourselves, understanding ourselves, understanding and also experiencing Swami in us very clearly in our heart, ensuring that he is very much established in our heart, and then going through the various aspects of the life with a subtle mind, with a subtle way, ensuring that this is what the truth, understanding the truth and going on the path of truth. So we went through all these things. Through that, what we are going to do, we are improvising, establishing our swadharma towards swadharma towards Swami. In the last session, Swami sir has very clearly greatly explained about what is swadharma, how the swadharma has been established, what is the importance of swadharma, how Gita Vahini is in Gita Vahini, Swami, and also in various discourses, how Swami explained about the swadharma. And the last one, which is Sir has also explained about Prasthanatraya, where we are starting with Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and Brahma Sutras, which is the leg the next layer of the self-realized sadhaka, who can go into that layer and understand his own swadharma, improvising, cleaning, and ensuring that it is elevated towards the Bhagavan. So these three things is very clearly will gives the pramana and also will gives the elevation to us to become a clear cut, a very great sadhaka towards uh, Swami, in merging with Swami. So that is the reason I just took the background basically, and also how we went through this as a student of this course, Sri Satya Sai Vahini Sudhamruta, and going through the precious messages from Swami. As Swami said, "Way Swami, if I am unable to see you in the farm, how I'm not able to see you in a physical form, how I can see." Because, and Swami has a very clearly explained, through my messages you can experience me, you can keep you can keep me in your heart, and then through my messages you can even elevate yourself and you can be with me. So this is a clear message from Swami, from Sri Satya Sai Vahini Sudhamrita course. All those concepts, whatever we went through it, revisit, realize, and then we have to improvise every time. Sairam, we are going to the next session, our session, qualities of Sthithaprajna. Hope you understood how we went through these concepts. Now coming to the qualities of Sthithaprajna of Gita Vahini. What is this Sthithaprajna? Let's start with the Swami, how he explains about the uh, Sthithaprajna. సకల విద్యలు నేర్చి సభ జయించగవచ్చు, శూరుడై రవణమున పోరవచ్చు, రాజరాజై పుట్టి రాజ్యమేలగవచ్చు, హేమ గోదానముల్ ఈయవచ్చు, గగనమందున్న చుక్కలు లెక్కగనవచ్చు, జీవరాశుల పేర్లు చెప్పవచ్చు, అష్టాంగ విద్యలన్నీ అభ్యసించగవచ్చు, చంద్రమండలమైన చేరవచ్చు, కానీ దేహేంద్రియములను అరికట్టి మనసు నిలిపి అంతర్ముఖము చేసి నిశ్చల నిస్వార్థ హృదయుడై నిలువగలడా? You can learn many skills and win audience over. You can be a hero and fight a war. You can be born as the king of kings, rule over a kingdom and give gifts of land and gold. You can count the many minute dots of stars in the sky. You can identify every species by its name. You can master the 8 branches of yoga. But, or you can go on a journey to the moon also. But can you become disciplined, restrain sense organs, point the mind inwards, be unwavering, selfless, and steady? Point the mind inwards, be unwavering, selfless, and steady. Swami, this is the poem Swami has told about this, and it gives a very clear message, like how Swami told in the summer showers of May 1979 in the Indian culture and spirituality summer showers, when he's talking about the primary quality of a Sthithaprajna is the control of senses. It is not easy to repress the senses or assume mastery over them. Very clear statement. Don't assume that mastery over them. It is not easy to repress the senses or assume the mastery over them. But the primary quality of Sthithaprajna is controlling of senses. Indriya Nigraha. We discussed various times as shown in the previous Excel sheet, the concepts, which are various concepts, we went through it. If I look into the overall this concepts, and we went through the overall journey, how as a sadhaka and as a student of Vahini Sudhamrita we are going through, this is very, very essential. The Indriya Nigraha, how this control of senses will be obtained. Very clearly Swami mentioned many times, removing of the animal and the demonic features. Basically, we have to remove both animal and demonic. Apart from that, if we are removing the animal demonic, meaning it is very clear that when we are responding to any questions, responding to any kind of situations in the daily life, how we have to maintain a subtle, very clearly in a subtle manner, as a sadhaka, having a control over the mind, control over the senses, and give a prompt reply or prompt response according to the daily activities. Wherever, whatever the actions are happening, the actions whichever we are taking. But when it comes to Sthithaprajna, he will have overall control on the senses. If somebody will come with an anguish manner and asking the question, if somebody will coming with a very much, with so much of pain in his life, experience pain in his life, and coming with so much of wetted eyes and coming on questioning him, whatever the situations is going in the office and also in the natural and in the daily activities, when the sthita prajna maintain the same state at the same time, the reason is he has a overall control on his senses. I just want to take instead of going through different examples, taking various situations. It is not like going through the different Puranas. Let us see in our daily life. Let us look as a student in Sri Satyasai Vahini Sudhamrita. If we realized ourselves when we have started as the first session, the significance of Sri Ramayana, and today's session, the spirit, the qualities of Sthithaprajna, in this journey, what was the improvement that we have brought? Definitely, it could have been, there is a lot of improvement will be there. There will be an improvement, will definitely. The reason is Swami is chosen us to go through these messages, to understand ourselves, to come from the layer to layer improvement. Previously, we might have responding in anguish way if any such kind of situations are occurred. Previously, we might have people giving some trouble to us. We might have thinking in a different negative directions about the people. All these things might have completely softened now. I'm not hypnotizing anybody. I'm just telling as a student, and also as a student of Sri Satya Sai Vahinis from a long time, which I can see what my journey with the Swami. So the control of the senses, Sthitaprajna has the primary quality of Sthitaprajna is control of the senses. We can see in ourselves. We can see how we can going there. We might have not reached the point of Sthitaprajna, but we are on the path of Prajna. So it's very clear evidence that is our life going through with on the path of Swami. It's clear change, transformation is happening. The softening is happening. The mind is getting softening, and chitta is also started releasing of its own negative qualities, and we are going through it. But when it comes to Sthita Prajna, he will have overall control on the senses. How he will have the control of senses? Who is this guy is called Sthita Prajna? Let us go through the what Swami's message very clearly in Gita Vahini. Of course, Swami took the example from Gita itself. Swami told very clear. Krishna explained to Arjuna that a Sthita Prajna has an even mind, which is neither elated by joy nor dejected by sorrow. The Sthita Prajna dwells always in the spirit without giving way to grief, lust, fear, and delusions. His vision beholds the spirit everywhere. Swami is very clearly explaining how a person, a sadhaka can become a Sthita Prajna and how he responds basically. He is either elated by joy or dejected by sorrow. The Sthita Prajna dwells always in the spirit. You can see the title, the Sthithaprajna performs his actions firmly established in the Atma. Meaning, he understood who am I, which is discussed in the Sandeha Nivarani. It is in the Prashanta Vahini. Who am I? So it very clearly established that I am the Atma Swarupa. The soul is in very clearly taking it is in the Satchit Ananda, in the presence of Bhagavan, and I am with Bhagavan. So whatever the state of mind, and I understood the truth. So the truth is Bhagavan is himself is always eternal. I am with that eternal supreme soul, supreme being, and myself, whatever the activities here it is happening is just his creation, and I'm part of that creation, and that's it. So whatever is happening, the grief, whatever is happening, basically the sorrow, or it is a happiness, whatever it is happening, it is just the act of love which is happening in the universe by the grace of God. That understanding is very much important to everyone. So that who will get, whoever is enjoying, establishing himself in Satchit Ananda with Swami. And this state of now firmly established in the Atma means he's a state of mind. The state, the sthiti, or you can call it a sthiti is that you can call it a state. When the human body will be, what are all the different states of a human body? There are only two states. It has been mentioned very clearly. One is Sthula, Sukshma, and Karana. The other one is Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti. So a person, a human being can be in either of these states, and both states also. When you are in Sthula state, that is I am with the body, and Jagrata. So when I am in Jagrata with the body, and then very much is taking care of the all, responding to the daily activities and all those things, but firmly established in Atma. I am in Sukshma during my Swapna Avastha. So Jagrata Avastha, Sthula Deha, Sukshma Deha, Swapna Avastha. When I am in Sukshma and Swapna Avastha, even in my dream, even in my deep sleep, I am in the subtle form dwelling in the thoughts of God, in the Satchit Ananda, meaning with the truth. And in Shushupti, and also the Karana Deha, basically you are completely with Satchit Ananda. In that state also, we should be in Satchit Ananda. So in every state, the soul, which is the human, since we have taken the human body, in every state, if he firmly established in the Atma, you are with Prajna, with Brahman, with Bhagavan, nothing but Swami. So in every state, if you are there with the Swami, you are I'll definitely will be coming out of the grief, lust, fear, and delusion. So Swami is very clearly telling spiritual life should not be regarded as living in isolation. Spiritual life enjoys one that he be from attachment and hatred and look upon all mankind with integrated vision. Action or work relates to the world. The world in turn is related to the God. So Krishna propounded that all action must be performed with intention of pleasing God. This type of action is a characteristic feature of a Sthithaprajna. So such a beautifully Swami is explaining. First, he's told about Arjuna in the way Krishna's, and like no, in his Krishna Avatara, he explained to Arjuna like this, and he is telling that, and he is firmly telling that it is the person who is firmly established in the Atma. And again, Swami is very clear telling that why Krishna has told in the form of Krishna, I have told. All version performed in the intention of pleasing God only. He need not to be isolated, not sitting in the four walls like a sadhaka and being a kind of, you can be in the, but free from the attachment and hatred and look upon all mankind. If you look into the mere examples, basically there are many people are there in the kind of an example if you take. But I want to take the example of Sri Satya Harishchandra. His name starts with, of course, he has been called as Satya Harishchandra. So the Satya Harishchandra, why he was always with the truth when Maharshi Vishwamitra tested, in fact, it is God, it's an act of God. So, but it is all Vishwamitra, if anybody who came Nakshatraka, whoever is followed him, but he never tried to talk about Asatya. The reason is he is with Satya always, meaning he's always indwelling the truth. Whatever he want, though he is as a Kashi Maharaja, though he is an evident while his wife is getting auctioned, though he is a graveyard keeper, wherever he has what kind of, from a Kashi Maharaja to that particular state of life, where as a graveyard keeper, there also he is with Satyam. He firmly established himself. Though he is a grihastha, he is there with the world. He is regarding, he is not isolated, not sitting in any of the forest, but he is not isolated. He is there. He is always with truth. Whatever is happening is just a world of, no, it's an action is happening in this world. But I am with truth. I am with Swami. So that's a clear indication we can take up as an example. So Swami is very clearly told Sthita Prajna performs his action firmly established in the Atma. Let us go and then have a kind of a questions what the discussions happened between Swami and his Sishya Arjuna. Okay, so Swami this is very clearly telling that those who regard Gita as the basis and the goal of life attain the sacredness of the divinity. We are talking about the Prasthanatraya. Swami is again slowly he's bringing the Gita into our mindset. And then very clearly Swami is telling that the Gita declares that the spirit of Krishna envelops and resides in all that we see in this world. This is the significance of the Vishwa Virata Swarupa of the Lord. To behold this universal manifestation, men with a divine vision have made a conscious endeavor prompted by faith through the four paths of devotion, action, wisdom, and four paths of devotion, action, wisdom, and yoga. The word devotion is synonymous of spirituality. See, very clearly, Swami is explaining that how we can go through these paths. Sri Satyasai Sahitya is bringing us. It's not only the Gita Swami, what he informed in the form of Sri Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna, but as a as a Premavatara, when Swami took Bhagavan Swarupa, Sri Satyaswai Swarupa, in this form, Swami given all these Sri Satya Sai Vahinis, various concepts we went through it. So all these concepts declares that the spirit of Swami envelops and resides in all. Let us rephrase the sentence. Sri Satya Sai Sahitya declares that the spirit of Swami envelops in and resides in all that we see in this world. Isn't it? The Vishwa Virata Swarupa of Swami, are we not seeing in the whole world? Let us look into the concepts, what we had is imbibed, it has been learned and going and practicing. All that is showing the significance of Virata Swarupa of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. And the devotion, whatever that we have, that is coming up as a spiritual progress, right? So Swami very clearly telling about how we can take the path of the Sthithaprajna. He is, since he is a Natana Sutradhari, Leela Manusha Chora, basically being a Leela Manusha Rupa, he talks about Krishna, but actually he himself has told to the Arjuna according to the Dwapara, but he came and then given this vast knowledge, wisdom to us to go through, transform ourselves. The devotion is synonymous of spirituality. Swami again clearly telling that man becomes a victim of ignorance, darkness, and lust if he gives unrestricted freedom to his senses. So, I'm just rephrasing. So, I made it clear from the beginning that controlling the senses is essential for Sthithaprajna. Again, Swami saying that, assuring that, saying that you don't be under the control of senses. You make yourself and control these senses. So this is very clearly is establishing whatever the concepts that we are going through declares that the Bhagavan Vishwa Virata Swarupa. And if he is there in our heart established very firmly, then our growth, spiritual growth, our devotion towards the Swami and the seva, what we do through with the devotion to Swami is improvising giving our spiritual growth. We have to go through it. Then usually instead of Arjuna, we can call it ourself itself. Oh Bhagavan, it is not easy to repress the senses or assume mastery over them. That's our mind, right? Basically, the question will come. It's not easy to repress the senses or assume mastery over them. It is almost impossible to keep senses under control. The mind too, which is fickle, dangerous, and while cannot be easily controlled. The Sai Krishna always told like monkey is we are all very, very familiar with those words in various samarpans and discussions. Monkey mind is a monkey mind drunken and betrayed by the uh, again no scorpion. So When such kind of mind is there, how it is almost impossible to keep the senses under control. This is what the question is coming up. But when you look back a year, or I can call it as a 2 years, basically, I can say around 18 to 20 months back, and what we look into current state of mind, definitely there is a checklist it is maintaining. What to see, what not to see, what to hear, what not to hear, right? We just need not to tell about in Bhadram Karnebhi, Sunyama Devaha, Bhadram Pashyamakshabhiryajatra. We are not chanting that, but we have in our mind very clear checklist, what to see, what not to see, what to hear, what not to hear, right? What to talk, what not to talk. This checklist definitely might have developed in our mindset after going through Sri Satya Sai Vahinis. That is very much important. If that is framed, then it is you are going to take over the control. You are in that process. That is what Swami is telling. Spirit of Bhagavan envelops and resides in all that we see in this world. And for this question, what is the beautiful answer from Swami? We'll go before going to the answer. Swami himself has given a nice story. Let us go through it. Swami is telling once Dakshinamurti was standing on a beach. It is in the summer shores, just to give the clarity, in May 1979, from the Indian and same summer shores concept. Dakshinamurti was standing on a beach. See how very beautifully Swami frames, listening to the sound of the waves, the ocean waves basically. They observed two pieces of straw fall in the sea, that is wood, the wood, the part of couple of, no, the wood basically. Wave after wave rose up, pushed the straw ashore. In the meantime, some withered leaves also fell into the sea. They too were pushed to the shore by the rising waves. Dakshinamurti grasped the inner significance of these events. Seeing the waves push everything away, he said himself, "Oh, the waves have taught me a good lesson today." Such a beautiful story. He's standing at the seashore and observing the waves, and the wood, because basically it is not going inside, the waves are pushing out, and the leaves also got pushing out, which means a very small, very light and very lightweight leaves are also getting pushed. Very much weight is there, that is also got pushed. Why? What is the lesson? What he understood? What is the significant lesson taught by the sea? The sea does not permit even one piece of straw to get into water, because such pieces may not ultimately contaminate its form if they are permitted to accumulate. Though the ocean is vast and mighty, it did not permit even a speck of impurity to contaminate its nature. Although man is frail and small, he allows impurities to contaminate the lake of his heart. The lake of the mind must be happy resort of the swans of Soham Tattva playing happily. Several messages are there in this particular statement. Such a beautiful story. The whole ocean is bigger, vast among us, not able to take a small piece of leaf, small piece of woodpeck, because it won't, don't want to observe so that it will, though it is vast among us, it is don't want to change its, contaminates its nature. Likewise, we cannot take the grief, lust, and all those things, whatever it is happening in the world, the Arishad Vargas, whatever it is there, that you cannot take into your heart and cannot contaminate. The lack and the lake of the mind, Swami is very clearly telling that. So see the various messages Swami is giving in this. We cannot take whatever is happening in the world as it is to your heart. You cannot get into attachment in that particular actions, what is happening in the world. It has to be reconciled. It has to be ensured that it has been reviewed. Just give a kind of a response. Do not observe that to your heart, either by food, by thoughts, by your actions. Please do not take that into your heart. That will contaminate your heart, which supposed to be dwells, and it should be a happy resort of the swans of Soham Tattva playing happily. The heart always is supposed to be, enchanting instead of labdab. It should be Soham Tattva playing happily with Swami. Such a beautiful message Swami is giving through this story. Go back to the question, how to control, how to be mastery on the mind. That's what he's telling, right? It is very difficult. That was our mind, right? And again, why we discussed about the Sri Satya Sai Vahini. By going through that, we have a checklist, what to see, what not to see, what to talk, what not to talk, what to hear, what not to hear, what to do, what not to do. The do's and don'ts very clearly getting framing in our mind. Of course, there will be a kind of leakages in our pipeline, but still we know where, why, and what kind of basically that leakage it is. Why it went into the, there is a leakage. That is the reason Swami brought up this story. Let us go into the next level. What's the answer? The story is okay. And then by his words, what is the answer? There is nothing easier than the control of the senses. Swami is Leela Manushrupa. He's very simple. It's very simple. Nothing easier than the control of senses. To those who do not know the subtle process, it appears very difficult to control the mind. What is that subtle process? We went through all those concepts. That concepts has to be imbibed. Very clearly, it should be in our mind, heart, and it should be going through. So the greatest weakness of a man, what is that process? What Swami is very clearly, telling now in an elaborated way. The greatest weakness of a man proceeds from his dependence on this temporary and short-lived world, which goes on changing like passing clouds. So, though aware of its transitory character, man believes in the world. If you once look at the changing the world and realize its transience, it will be easy to gain control over the senses. If I take an average age of 40 or 45 plus of this group, or 40 plus, look at the 40 years back. I've grown up. I was a child. I was a young boy. I was a youth. I was into youth, and again got middleman and middle-aged man, and now I come to the 40, 45 plus or 50 plus age. What happened in all those days? So much of transformation in the physical body, in the mind, in the way how we are going through the different aspects of the world. Various things are happened, which were never thought before to that. Whatever the action is happening before to that, we were not aware of how this action is going to be. Prior, when I was in youth, I don't know what to whom I'm going to marry. After marriage, how what to, who is going to take over the discussions in the daily activities and all those things. Not aware of while you are doing the fifth class, where you are studying fifth class, what you are going to be, what you are going to complete. Various things are happened. Everything has been those are a transitory character, like man believes in the world. What is saying? Changing the world. Your world is completely changed step by step, step by step, step by step. But Swami is very clearly saying that once look at this changing world and realize its transience, its transience. Because whatever is happened till now, it's just like a kind of a dream. How it has happened, all this, tuck, 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 one by one, one by one, one by one. And what is my current state of? So all these things, when you are looking like, it is like a passing cloud. And coming into the permanent and real Atmic principle, like, though the permanent and real Atmic principle is very close to him, man is unable to recognize it. That's what Swami as usual. Okay, I am God. You too, you are also God, but you are unable to realize. That always Swami has told. So this real Atmic principle, very close to us. If we realize that, if you keep affirm basically this, if you firm that you are with the Swami. If I look again, want to take this, say, you might have saw the grandparents, and the grandparents is disappeared now. You might have saw the parents. Some people might be blessed to be with the parents, and some people may not be blessed with the play parents. They might have already passed. Already they are disappeared now. Are they with Swami now? Whatever the activities that we are seeing, whatever the activities that we have seen in Sri Satya Sai Seva organizations, those are all in all those activities, who are the seniors with him, is whatever the learning is there, all are already happened. By looking at all these things, there is a lot of change that happened in our life. But one person, one supreme soul always is with us. That's what Swami is very clear telling. Though the permanent, real Atmic principle very close to you, man is unable to recognize it. I hope we have recognized very firmly, because we are part of the Sri Satya Sai Seva organization. Whoever come and be with the Swami, it's very clear evidence that though Swami himself has told, though you left me, I will be always with you. So very clearly it is, he always with us. He is there in the heart. So we have to be very clear things. So Swami is very clear from the his childhood, man develops attachment and desires, thereby exposing himself to many unnecessary troubles and sufferings. We have developed, these are all things regarding to this world. We should keep away and to be unattached. We have taken this trouble. We have invited these issues into our mind, into our heart. So the previously, whatever the example we have taken, the ocean example, what we have taken, now come into this. Now this ocean is your heart. If you are not taking any contaminants, any toxic things, then it is pure. You are establishing the attachment. Oh, it is my body. It is my son, my daughter. We are forgetting that we are just biological father to that particular kids. The eternal father is Swami. That attachments, the desires, all those things, whatever has been established after connecting with the world, after connecting with the world, living in the world, looking into the world, all those contamination, all that toxic things has to be detached. Should not take into our heart so that it will not go into the mind at all. So Swami very clearly saying that made it clear from the beginning that controlling the senses is essential. All those concepts, whatever we discussed, is related to this. So it is very essential, the checklist, what to see, what not to see, what to do, what not to do. That checklist, if we have, that is imbibed in the heart, automatically this Arishad Varga keep, no, get down. It will decrease. The impact of that Arishad Varga start decreasing it. The effectiveness of love towards the world, towards the Swami, towards the people will keep increasing. Of course, parallelly, the devotion with Swami will be anything. So Swami, that is the reason Swami is saying it's very simple. It's easier. This is nothing easier than controlling of the senses. Very easily Swami is telling that. So hope now we have the clarity about the question and the story and the brief description Swami has given to us. It is very the essentialness. That is the reason Swami is coming up with another padyam saying that Chukkalanniyu Brahma, Suryundu oka Brahma, Chandrudannanu Brahma, Jalamu Brahma, Swargamannanu Brahma, Vaikuntamadi Brahma, Talliyu Brahmame, Tandriyu Brahma, Bhagyambadi Brahmani, Vallakhyamidi Brahmani, Jeevinchutadi Brahma, Jeevi Brahma, పుట్టించునది బ్రహ్మ పోషించునది బ్రహ్మ గిట్టించునది బ్రహ్మ గృహిణి బ్రహ్మ కాలమంతయు బ్రహ్మ కాయంబు బ్రహ్మ ప్రకృతి అంతయు బ్రహ్మ మన ప్రేమ బ్రహ్మ సర్వమును బ్రహ్మ ఈ సభయు బ్రహ్మ. Welcome to the last statements again. The stars of the Brahma are Brahma, the sun is Brahma, moon is Brahma, water is Brahma, heaven is Brahma, Vaikunta is Brahma, mother is Brahma, father is Brahma, fortune is Brahma, power is Brahma. All living beings, the individual, the creator, the sustainer, the destroyer, the homemaker, all times, all times are Brahma. The body is Brahma. Nature is Brahma. Our love is Brahma. Everything, even this gathering, the Vahini Sudhamrita discussion forum is also Brahma. This is what Swami very clearly taught. And everything is part of him. The universe himself has come from out of him. We all very much know through Prashnottara Vahini, we went through all that particular process, discussed, and whatever is happening, this intoxin should not be attached to that. It is to be, instead of connecting to the creation, connect to the creator. Swami is very clearly telling the disseminator of this truth is Sai. Sai indeed is Brahma. There is nothing more than to be known than this. Sadhu Sadguna Ganyulau Sabhyulara. ఇంతకంటే వేరెద్ది ఎరుకపరదు. స్వామి ది సత్యమైన మాట, సాయి మాట. That's what Swami always tell. This is the word, the wording Swami has very clearly told us. See the sequence. The question has come: how to get control over the mind. It is very difficult. How to do this? Swami has given the example of the story. Swami told it is very easy. The reason is everything is Brahman. From him only it has taken. Don't get attached to that. Attached to Creator. What a beautiful, uh, message from Swami. Living with Swami, living with Sri Satya Sai is gives us all this clarity. Then Swami is telling in Gita Vahini, Bhagavad Gita, Gita Vahini chapter 5, Bhagavad Gita Sankhya Yoga verse 56. Dukheshu anudvigna manah sukheshu vigata spruha vitaraga bhayakrodha sthitadhir muniruchyate. Sthitadhir muniruchyate. What is that? The Sthithaprajna is very clearly Dukheshu anuvigna manah sukheshu vigata spruha vitaraga bhayakrodha sthitadhir muniruchyate. One whose mind remains undisturbed amidst misery, who does not crave for pleasure, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called sage of steady wisdom. Various things will be happening in every daily life. Swami is very clearly mentioning. See the overall, the flow. Whose mind remains undisturbed amidst misery, craving, pleasure, attachment, fear, anger. All the Arshad Varga Swami is touching, is coming, called who are undisturbed in all these things, called a sage of steady wisdom. There is a lot of activity will be happening. Not a very simple things. Basically, even if we go to the Samiti, we need not to discuss about all these, very minute things, which what is bhajan, what harati, or whomever. But when we go there, when the focus not on the creation, should be on the creator. Swami is very clearly telling that these are all caused by oneself, caused by the five elements, caused by the fate, that is natural disaster. So joy or grief can be met in three forms: Adi Atma, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika. In whatever is the way how it is happening, that sins and bring grief to the retribution, and meritorious deeds bring by joy as a reward. So advice is given to avoid the sins and perform meritorious deeds. But the person of steady wisdom knows neither the pain or grief, nor the thrill or joy of joy. Such a person is not repulsed by one or attracted by the other, and does not retreat before pain and run towards pleasure. Giving very clear messages to us basically. The person study wisdom knows, a person of study wisdom knows neither the pain nor grief nor thrill of joy. It is very clear to avoid sins and perform meritorious deeds. Swami has given a, a very clear meritorious deeds of action to be done by us, starting from all the 9-point code of conduct. That itself will give the very clear message how we have to do the meritorious deeds. That meritorious deeds, involve in that meritorious deeds, imbibe those meritorious deeds in our heart. That will give the study of wisdom, where while doing that meritorious deeds also, you will not get affected by Arishad Varga. He does not, it's a very clearly, he will not get attached to those things. He will be in the pleasure of wisdom. He will in the pleasure of Satchit Ananda and with Swami. So Swami very clearly giving how to get this study of wisdom, so that one whose mind remains undisturbed amidst misery, who does not crave for pleasures, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger. We have various devotees examples, thousands of examples, lakhs of examples are there. Various things we learned from various samarpans, from Swami's messages, from Satyasai Vahinis. With all these things, we should have the clarity about now what is to be taken, what is not to be taken to our heart. Then the study of wisdom automatically develop like anything. So Swami is emphasizing in Gita Vahini chapter 5 and Bhagavad Gita's Sankhya Yoga verse 56. For that, what need to be taken care? Saira. Swami is very clearly establishing and very clearly giving the clarity in Gita Vahini and Bhagavad Gita Sankhya Yoga, verse 31-38 in chapter 3, Dharmastakam. Let us go one by one point. This Ashtakam is very important, what Swami is very clearly messaged in chapter 3. Besides considering your duty as a warrior, you should not waver. Indeed, a warrior, there is no better engagement than fighting for upholding righteousness. Just change the word warrior to sadhaka. Change the word warrior to men, basically the mankind. So our duty is need not to waver. We need not to, it should be unshaken. Indeed, and it's better engagement than upholding the righteousness. How we can do the righteousness? We discussed in Dharma Vahini, karma to dharma. Do your karma with Swami, keeping Swami in your heart, discussing with Swami, then that karma will become dharma to the others and to the world. But for you, it is karma only, which is upholding the dharma, the righteousness. Every day, Satyasai, Sevas organization, the member of Sri Satyasai Seva organization daily is coming, and a daily and every Sunday He's going for seva. Daily, the colony people are watching him. One person, one from the colony. This is experience of all of you. This already I discussed in the other forum also, in other discussion forum also. One person at least might have asked, "Can I come along with you? Something that you are doing. Can I join in your seva activity? Can I join in your Nagara Sankirtan act?" No. So when you are doing nothing unshaken, need not to be, worry about at all. Don't be having a wavering mind. Do that meritorious deed, better engagement, and upholding the righteousness. To uphold the righteousness. The aspect of Kurukshetra, we are not into this. Swami Sir Sundaranand, our beloved Sir Sri Sundaranand Sir has told in the previous session about Dharma Kshetra and Kurukshetra, right? Kshetra, Kshetrajna. It's very clearly here, it is very clearly telling that where we are, whatever the state we are, where you are doing the meritorious activity and then upholding the righteousness, definitely the people will follow you. You need not to waver about that. Don't have wavering mind. Do the acting, be in the engagement, act, be detached to that, and then do your activity, which will uphold the righteousness. Again, Swami is telling, happy are the warriors to whom such opportunities to defend righteousness come unsought, opening for them to stairway to the celestial abodes. Very clearly, Swami is telling us in the form of Krishna to Partha, in the form of Sri Satyasai, to us, very clearly he is giving the message. Those who are involved in such kind of meritorious activities, the 9 point of code of conduct, whoever is going to that. See, combine that. Basically, he might be doing the war there, but Swami is very clearly telling that whatever that upholding the righteousness, whoever is defending the righteousness, ensuring that he is working towards the righteousness, he will be stairway to the celestial abodes. Clear path Swami has given. He has given this world, he has given this life, the body, and he has given the activities. He has shown so much of mercy on us, on his kripa, on his grace. We have connected with him, and the activities he has given, meritorious activities, and we are going there, doing that in the world. So definitely it is a stairway to celestial abodes. However, you refuse to fight this righteous war, abandoning your social duty and reputation, you will certainly incur sin. Your prapta it is. Such a Lord has come. We are part of that members of the organization, and we are with the Swami. Still, if you are unable to connect, if you are connecting to the world, still going through the Arishad Varga, it is very difficult. Very, very difficult. You can't connect to Swami at all. If you are still going through it, the attachment supposed to be with Swami. Swami is clearly indicating that. People will speak of you as a coward and a deserter. For a respectable person, infamy is worse than death. The great generals who hold you in high esteem will think you fled from the battlefield out of fear and thus lack of their respect for you. Who are those great generals? The one who are very much attached to Swami, the Saptarshis, the one who's there, great souls came in this world who are connected to Swami in all his ways. They all think you, like basically hold you in highest, those who are thinking you, oh, this guy is very blissful, no, blessed person who born in a Sai family, grown in as a Balavika student. You are a youth member of the start, no, Balavik in the Sai Seva organization, holding the various, no, as a member of, no, holding and maintaining so many activities. Such a guy, you are just living with the still with the Arishad Varga, with the kind of battlefield of your life, with the fear, then definitely the lack of respect, right? That Veda Krupa, Guru Krupa, what we discussed previously, that we will not get. Swami is very clearly telling, your enemies will defame and humiliate you with unkind words, dispraising your might. Alas, what could be more painful than that? I am Sri Sathya Sai Seva member. I am going through with Sri Swami very clearly. I am working towards the no my karma with the meritorious deeds. Why I should be fear when he is with me? I need not do so. If I am fear, if I am doing like I'm unable to tell who is my Swami, I'm able to tell what is my activities. You are shy. You are doing no. You are shyful to talk about your meritorious deeds. Your enemies will definitely will make you. Here there is not enemies. This is like the persons who are in the Arshad Varga, the people, those who are pitted by the scorpion of the monkey mind, those people will start, defame and humiliate you. Be confident. Be happy that you are upholding the righteousness. You are defending the righteousness. Your dharma supposed to be with the Swami always. Enjoy the Soham in your heart always. If you fight, you will be either slain or the battlefield and go to the celestial abodes, or you will win, gain victory, and enjoy the kingdom on earth. Therefore, arise with determination. You call him, you keep your mother name, O son of, is nothing but O son of Sri Sathya Sai, and be prepared to fight. Such a beautiful Dharmashtakam Swami has told to us. You be in the battlefield, you do the activities. While you are doing, don't be attached to that world. Do the meritorious activities. Be firm on your devotion towards Sri Satya Sai and defend the righteousness. What a beautiful Dharmastakam Swami has told. Let's not put Arjuna, Krishna, and don't get ourselves confused. You, Arjuna, we are the Arjunas. We and Swami is in our heart, and we are in this battlefield going through the Sri Satya Sai Vahini Sudhamrita and the Sri Satya Sai Vahini as a message, whatever the Vahini message Swami has given to us, and be with that and go with so much of confidence. Definitely, Swami will be with us. You will experience a lot that Swami is with with us. Why I'm so firmly I'm able to give this statement is I always feel that Swami is in my heart and he is listening and though no there is a still Dvaita, but Swami is always acknowledging with different type of activities. He's showing his Sarvantaryami Tattva. He's spread it across. Is like his love is completely is there in the world, is there in the whole universe. He's pervading everywhere. So he's in his heart, he will show his activity, saying that yes, sir, see this. Just he will give a kind of a glimpse of the Vibhuti creation, the the Amrita creation, and whatever the activities we do, the acknowledgement what Swami will receive, such a beautiful Satchit Ananda is come there itself. Just before, uh, I just want to share this, the happiness. Day before yesterday, I had Vahini Sudhamrita session with the Telugu team about love and brotherhood. While I'm completing that session, a smart short video has been published by Sri Sathya Sai Telugu channel, Prema Ante Emi. What is love? We discussed about love and brotherhood. He will just release that video. About to take the Sri qualities in Sthithaprajna, just released a video in Sri Sathya Sai Telugu saying that Swami's Sarvantaryami Tattva. If you look into that video, he's talking about Sthithaprajna itself. I mean, the detachment, what he will not get it. Satchit Ananda Rupa related. Simple. We give you a beaut, so much of joy, which is again you are sharing with Swami. So Swami is very clearly telling that Dharmashtaka. Sorry if I'm taking time, I'll go ahead a little. But Dharmashtaka is the one who you study, you be with righteousness, you start you doing your duty. Don't attach, get into the world, and then be firm. Be firm with Swami. Then all these things, you will be with me always. That celestial abode, kingdom on earth, all these things, victory. What is that? All these are all nothing but being with Swami. Fight for the sake of duty, treating like happiness and business loss and gain victory and defeat. Fulfilling your responsibility in this way, you will never incur sin. Swami is very clearly telling these things. So much of happiness, right? Whatever the way how we are going, he is blessing and he is telling about the dharma, and you are going, whatever the meritorious deeds that you are doing, it is the dharma. It is, you are with me. Don't attach to the world. Don't get pride. Don't show your ego. You be with always with me. Don't get attached to that service activity also. Do that. You do that activity, whatever the activity it is, devotional bhajan, or it can be a Vahini Sudhamrita session, or it can be a Veda Poshana mantra, basically chanting, or you can be a Narayana Seva, or it can be a working as a Balvika's guru and be behave, treating all the children as your Sai children's. All these things, fulfilling your responsibilities in this way, you will never incur sin. You will be going to the celestial abodes, or you will win the gain victory and enjoy the kingdom of Swami. Such a beautiful Dharmastakam. So how it is related to Sthitaprajna? When we are going through all these things, then definitely you will be coming, your state of mind is always will be with the Swami. That is what Swami is telling. When the mind cooperates with the senses, you enter the flux called in the objective world samsara. When it subordinates itself in the intellect, you attain the knowledge of Atma. Swami is very clearly saying that one path leads to surrender to the world, the other to surrender to the God. The intellect must resolve, the mind must carry out the resolution. That is the correct procedure. The senses must be fully destroyed. That is the hallmark of a person of steady wisdom. He is emphasizing every time in every word. Gita Vahini chapter 5. The intellect must resolve. The mind must carry out the resolution. What resolution? The correct procedure is the senses must be fully destroyed. That is the hallmark of a person of a steady wisdom. So when all beings are experiencing night, the Sthitaprajna would keep himself awake. When all beings are awake, the Sthitaprajna would be asleep. This is very profound, basically. The statement, you please repeatedly look into this statement after it is uploaded, even once you download this PDF. When all the beings are experiencing night, the Sthita Prajna would keep himself awake. When all beings are awake, the Sthita Prajna would be asleep. The literal meaning of this is what is night and for one is day for the other. Swami again saying that the inner meaning of the statement is very profound. Ordinary people are vigilant in affairs that concern the senses that arise out of the world. Wakefulness for them is the care they bestow on the worldly pursuit. But the person of steady wisdom is unconcerned with these very things and is to say asleep. So we discussed in the starting the state, Jagrata, avasthas, basically the Jagrata, no, the Swapna and the Sushupti, the Sthula, the Sukshma and the Karana. So in this state of mind, when you are in that state of mind, every time in all these states, when you are with the Swami, for him is nothing, is like he is always would be, say for example, always he is awake towards the truth. When all beings are awake in the world and doing the worldly activities, Sthita Prajna would be asleep. He is in Sushupti. He is also in with Swami. He need not to be connecting with this world. Likewise, Swami is giving another one, saying that just as the stars fade in the into invisibility when the sun rises, so too when sun of knowledge or wisdom rises, grief, hesitation, and ignorance vanish. How the stars will disappear, or you call it as not shown, when sun rises. So when your wisdom is rises, the wisdom occupy your mind. Basically, your heart is will be with only with Swami. Then all that stars, all that marks of chitta completely will vanish. That ajnana will go off. The avidya will go off. Swami very clearly telling this chapter 5 and qualities of Sthita Prajna. So we are taking little examples and then we will go ahead with the completion of the system. Basically, sorry, I may take a little time. We'll go little fast. So the examples so Swami is giving little couple of examples regarding to the Prahlada. Oh Father, you are able to gain victory over all the worlds in a moment, but you are not able to conquer the world of your senses and your mind. That's what, right? Swami very clearly is saying that you should control over the senses. If you are, if though you acquire, though you are in a very great physical, no, in a social status, very great social status, uh, no, in any organization, you though so many people respect you, but if you are not you are not no controlling the senses and all those things, you are not can't reach Swami. You might be enjoying the social status. You might be a prime minister, chief minister, or might be a CEO of an organization. But it's a social status only. But with the Swami, if you are there or not, that is main important. Hiranyakashyapa, not able to control his mind sense. He has his own ahankara. Swami told in Sandeha Nivarani very clearly, ahankara stays in the heart. So to reduce that ahankara, as much as if you have, if Swami is spreaded in your heart, love spreaded in your heart as much as, then your ego will keep go off, and then which is the root cause of all Arshad Varga, which is again will everything will get decreased. That is what Prahlada has told to Hiranyakashipa. So ensure that the royal road of the Sthithaprajna to walk over the senses and recognize the real nature of the Atma. Be with Swami. Very always. And again, Swami is explaining about Prajnanam Brahma, the constant integrated awareness, how you will get into the constant integrated awareness, the CIA. So Swami is very clearly telling that sthiti, sustenance, prajna is a state of permanent bliss. In every state, this permanent bliss, if you are there and you are sustaining that always continuously, then it is Svita Prajna. So again, Swami is very clearly saying that that integrated awareness alone exists in. So it is because of the prajna that is be aware of the state. How to get prajna, we will discuss more in the Upanishad Vahini. Actually, it will come into the discussion during the Chandogya Upanishad between the Narada and Sanat Kumara, conversations. It's very clear. We might have discussed previously also, where how you will attain. You will always be in Namasmarana. If you are in Namasmarana, your breath is your Namasmarana in Swabhu. So if you are doing the Soham Tattva in your heart very clearly, and B is with Swami, then it is very clear that constant integrated awareness will be there. And you will you will maintain that steadiness of permanent bliss with, it is in you are in the permanent bliss of Swami. So your antahkarana also always have a checkpoint. It's, as you know, in the software industry, in the manufacturing industry, wherever you go, you will have a quality check. This check is your antahkarana. If that check is with the Swami, always it will ask the check with the Swami. So activities automatically, your activities will be become a meritorious activity, and you are always with Swami, and that is your constant integrated awareness. So very Swami is very clear in this. It is for this reason it is characterized as constant integrated awareness. You always be with the antakarana, supposed to be you are always with Swami. Again, Swami is telling that in human values, always be careful. The ABC of life is always be careful. For what? Don't get into the Arishad Varga. Don't get attached to the system. Always attached to the Creator. Man can experience real bliss only when he recognizes the truth. We identified the truth. We recognized the truth. We need to experience the truth in our heart every time. That truth will give the peace and love, which is emanate from the prajna. As long as we are with Swami, very clearly will giving this no modes of life. So Swami is very clearly telling human values cannot be practiced by studying books or listening to the lectures. They must be cultivated by individual effort. True education consists in sanctifying everything you utter and even thought and action of yours. Swami is very clearly giving the clarity on this particular uh, ABC of life. Do not get into the world. Ensure that it is not only the bookish knowledge or listening to the being with being with satsangas will not do, but it's an individual effort. It has to be imbibed. It should be with always in our daily life. Then only the true education consists in sanctifying everything you utter. The thought, word, and deed. We discussed many times about the, the Chitta Shuddhi, basically we are talking about the thought and word, Trikarana Shuddhi, thought, word, and deed. So that should be our action. Then it is automatically, this action will become a meritorious action. While doing that, it's automatic, these things will know automatically will come, and then it will, it will keep you enlightening, and then automatically the required knowledge, the required wisdom will be pour, and will be coming, and then you will be receiving that. Swami is talking about the same. The truth, right conduct, peace emanate from the prajna that is charged with love and resound, reaction and reflection. The proper understanding of source and nature of truth, right conduct, peace and love is ahimsa. So all the human values, whatever has been mentioned, is embodiment. Once you become the embodiment of these five elements, these panchikrutam, I was talking about in the previous love and brotherhood also sessions. The panchikrutam is the one what Swami has given to us. Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, Ahimsa. Once you are become the embodiment of all these, automatically you going into the state of prajna, state of Sthithaprajna. Swami is very clearly telling that it is not just a human values, it is the Panchikrutam what Swami has given to us. Again, Swami is very clearly giving us the different obstacles which make our mind in a think in a different way are going to attach to the world. Though you have Swami in your heart going through many activities, these are all comes in our as an obstacle when you are marking in your marathon. These are all the hurdles which comes. One is avidya pratibandhakam. Sometimes the sense of weakness remains. Man cannot understand omni self, avidya pratibandhakam. How that avidya pratibandhakam. Pratibandhakam is a hurdle basically. Pratibandhakam is a Sanskrit and also the Telugu word. It's an obstacle basically. Avidya. Avidya is which is not vidya, of course, but which is attached to the world. The vidya, the knowledge which is attached to the world, which make you powerless, as much as attached to the knowledge of the world, as much attached to the world, that avidya which is related to the world. If you keep remain in your mind, that gives you an hurdle to understand the truth. That is one obstacle. Try to avoid that world attachment to the world. Prajna pratigambambakam. This is very essential. Studying of Sahini, Satyasai Vahini is not keeping us upper hand with other members of Sri Satyasai members organization. It is not that. It is going close towards to our more close towards our members of organization, treating them as Swami. Your prajna, whatever the knowledge we are acquiring, whatever the wisdom Swami giving to us, that is more working towards our organization. Be lovable with everyone. It is not showcasing the pride of knowledge. That is one obstacle that we should not be. Third one is very important, kutarka pratibandhikam. There is a tarka, there is a kutarka. What is tarka? Doing the inquiry. Why it is? Why Swami has given such a great boon to Bharadwaja Maharshi that I will take your Gotra. Such a boon. Avatara is the Supreme Lord is taking a human form, and he is taking a Gotra of Bharadwaja. Why? The Bharadwaja is very, very much known to that self-inquiry. He will do the inquiry, why it is, what is the significance of this, why I should implement, all even in the meritorious activities itself. So he has done so much of self-inquiry and become a Maharshi with that understand, with the tarka, kutarka, where your intentions are contaminated. With contaminated intention, you are questioning the others. You are thinking of others' activities. Somebody is doing some good activity or bad activity, whatever it is, you are imbibing your intentions in a toxic way and thinking of him also about in a negative manner. So that kind of kutarka should not be there. If somebody is giving donation, oh, this guy could have got some black money. Somebody doing the seva, oh, this guy is simply act like this and then he come in a different, he act in a, talk in a different way. If somebody is talking about, you saw that various people will talk about Ramayana in a negative way. You will see many people will be talking about Vedas in a negative way, Varnashrama Dharma in a negative way, thinking about Manushruti in a negative way. We are all witness of all these things. Need not to look into it. Do not get into those particular things. Do not attach that. Get attached to that. Those are all illogical reasoning, having a false arguments, having with a negative intentions. We are not in that. We are with Satyam. We are in the Sri Satya Sai. We need not to think about it. Do that self-inquiry with the Swami. And then go ahead with the mini meritorious activity. And the fourth one, Swami is very clearly telling, Viparyaya Duragraha Pratibandikam. It arises out of feeling that arrogance that one knows everything, has no need to learn from others. There is a small difference between the prajna pratibambakam viparyaya duragra. You need not to get arrogance after knowing the things. You need as if you need not to show that I know everything. We can take him as a good example for viparyaya duragra pratibandakam. Our Ravana Brahma. He became Ravanasura. Ravana Asura, Ravana Brahma, both are contradictory. One's inner reality is not. Choke is knowing that knows everything and then it has taken. Became a Viparyaya Duragraha Pratibandhakam for him. Though he learned many scriptures, many Vedas, what is that? So these are all the four obstacles we always need to be very clearly be aware of while we are going in the path of Sthithaprajna, in the path of righteousness, in the path of Sri Satya Sai, getting that prajna in that. So we should be very clear about these obstacles. We are not attached to the world. Let's not the worldly knowledge which is taking away from the vidya. Do not get attached. Do not think that we have learned everything and then it is like everything is not like we are with the Swami and the others are not. It is like you are seeing a Swami in others and ensuring that your prajna is with the Swami. Do not get into that kind of attachment. And then kutarka, don't get toxic, into toxic thoughts. Who are discussing the toxic things, negative things, let's not get into that there. And the viparyaya duragraha, do not get into those things. Swami is very clear in this. You must shed 16 abs of that undesirable to man. So these are all things these come into, because of these three things, you are getting into that four obstacles: pride of physical strength, birth, scholarship, wealth, penance, beauty, youth, and power. All these are all transformable. We all know our photos. If we look into our from childhood, how we are looking like, how what is the knowledge when we are took the the degrees when we are there at fifth class, 10th class, plus two, and then degrees. We know these are all are not permanent. The permanent is only one. We can feel pride innerly in our inner engineering, having be with Swami, not with others, and being with Swami in with all the people. Six kind of inmates, Arishad Varga. We discussed various concepts in and then two, Rajo and Tamo gunas. Let's not be a cat on the wall, enjoying with world, enjoying with Swami, and no enjoying not that Rajoguna, and not completely with world like Tamoguna. Be with Sattva, be with Satya. Always these 16 things will lead to those four obstacles. So, and these four and this 16, whatever you call it as, both are related to Maya. Don't get into that Maya. Let us not go into that evil traits. So Swami again saying that divine is not a created object. It is self-effulgent and present in everyone. So we are coming back again to the same topic what we have started. We are very much, we are with Atma Swarupa. We are Divyatma Swarupa, Prema Swarupa. We are always supposed to be with the Lord Sai Krishna. So Lord plays a role of a witness and also the consciousness. As much as our self-effulgence is there, yes, as much as our self-realization is there, then you will be dwelling with the Lord. So you will be a witness to the activity, and you will be you are with the conscience, and at the same time you will be responding according to his instructions. Whether it is always will be like not to in by looking into any kind of negative qualities, you always go with to uphold dharma, and your activity will be always a meritorious activity. When this is accomplished, man's inherent divine nature will manifest itself of its own accord. Realize that no special sadhana is needed to experience the divine in you. You must get rid of yourself from impure thoughts and actions. Sanctify every action you do, make it a sadhana. We were discussing about meritorious activity. Swami is very clearly telling that you need not to be, it is in a sitting on in a cross legs in a between the four walls. It is not only that, you also do to rid of your impure thoughts. Sanctify every action you do, make it as a sadhana, meaning you be with the Swami always. Have your antakarana with Swami and do that activity. So this is the last one which I want to read, and then be clear about our uh, Prasthanatraya, in the initiation of our Prasthanatraya. This is my message to you. I bless you that you succeed in this great spiritual endeavor. For every achievement, a path, a process, a discipline is essential. Without adopting the appropriate route, in one argues, objects, and denies, he is only announcing his own foolishness. Divinity is omnipresent. It can be cognized only by transforming oneself through holy prema. Love encompasses. It does not exclude. The omnipresent God has, according to the Vedic hymn, 1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes, 1,000 feet. He is pervading across the universe. I chosen this picture only to showcase that he is everywhere. The truth is everywhere. The Satya is everywhere. He is pervading across the universe. He is omnipresent. This is to say that a effulgent cosmic person, God, is the Vishwa Virat, is the individual multiplied by infinity. The individual mind multiply infinity becomes cosmic mind, Hiranyagarbha, the universal consciousness. You experience that. Whatever that was, we need to, our action is supposed to be to experience that. How we experience when we are with that Virata Swarupa, when we are with that divinity, when we see the divinity and Vishwa Virata in the others, with all the way it is going up in this world. Lego expands the one into infinity. I merges in they and we, friend and foe, known and unknown. In all races, creeds and lands, all become one, the Vishwa Virat. Sai Ram. Such a beautiful statement Swami is giving. Don't you remember what is actually Swami is reminding? What kind of things he has told? In the morning prayer, when we are doing Jyotir Dhyana, the Jyoti pervading across the world, looking from our body and spreading across the known, unknown world, across the universe, and merging again back to us. That is what Swami is very clearly. You experience that Antar Jyoti in all, and you will experience all, and all will become one, and you can experience the Vishwa or universe in you, and at the same time you are with Swami. Swami is concluding with the Padma, with this Padyam. Anishambu Atyanta Anuraga Bhoganuraktulai Sugnana Saptulaguchu, Swapara Bedamuleka, Sarva Jivulayandayu, Samabhavam Chupu Sarasulaguchu, Kasta Jivulayandu Karunanu Chupi, Tagina Saimu Cheyu Datalaguchu, Dampatya Dharmambu Dharini Vilianga, Parulakuna Adarsha Sarani Eguchu, Jagat Satkirtiganchi Sri Sai Krupanu, సాటి మానవందలెప్పుడు మేటియగుచు నిత్యమును ధర్మ జిజ్ఞాస నిరతులగుచు ఉత్తమోత్తమ వ్యక్తులై ఉండ్రుగాక. Swami blessing us, saying that always enjoy the good things of life, have good sense, see no difference of yours and mine, show equal regard to all humans, become gentle, show compassion to those who suffer, as patrons, help others, be ideal householders, set an example for others, earn a good reputation in the world, keep on becoming a better person, always be a seeker, be steadfast in morality by the grace of Sri Satya Sai. For sure you will be better than the best. Saira. My humble salutations to the lotus feet of Lord Sri Satya Sai, Paramatma Sri Satya Sai for giving the opportunity, and to the Sri Vahini Sudhamrita team, and to the all the forum of the Sri Satya Sai Vahini Sudhamrita, students and devotees. Sai. Thank you. Sai. We will go ahead with the question and answer session now. Sorry, I took so much of time. Seems our question and answer session might be a little, and we can also go for Q&A session later part. Also, I'll join. Very sorry for my apologies for taking so much time. Now it is the forum is open for a question and answer. Sairam, Arti sister, please, sister.
Sairam, brother. The session was actually truly inspiring because one thing you said very well that we all may not have completed, mastered the Vahanis, but definitely the change is very noticeable in us. So I was so happy that Since few days I was thinking about it, that there is something, some change I can feel, and or my family can notice in me. But when you talked about it, it says that even if we are not able to, grasp everything, we should not feel bad. We need to only acquire the essence. uh, Brother, thank you for this wonderful session. It was so beautiful. My question is that when you're talking about that the Treta Yuga, and for that you spoke about the Kali Yuga, um, in that line. So, can you please once repeat how it is like that? The mind and the conscious, something you said, I want to understand it more deeply.
Okay, Swami is talking about in the Vidharma what is actually. Uh, I think we are not elaborated in that particular part basically, but we can say when we is in the different, uh, what I can say in a different avatars, whether it is in Dwapara or it is in the Treta or in Kali Yuga, it is the state of mind is supposed to be the same. Uh, I'm just going through this particular slide
Yes, please.
where we have uh, Sairam. I'm not sure about Treta, but I have heard spelled about Dwapara. Basically, when we are talking about Krishna, is
Yeah,
discussing
yeah.
whether it is Dwapara.
There's something
Uh,
written about the Kali Yuga also.
Uh, So we,
Yes.
and then though, I mean, why I told even in Dwapara, in Sai, as a Sai Krishna, he might be, he was, Sai Krishna is talking to Arjuna, but not now in Kali Yuga also, as a Sri Satya Sai Avatara to us, the message is same, what I was telling about that. So there is no big difference between whichever the yuga it is. Basically, the inner meaning is the thing is like though he is giving to Arjuna here, there in the form of Arjuna, we are there. Even it is Dwapara or in Kali Yuga, this is more focus on the transformation only. So like that, I have brought that word, sister. Nothing
Okay,
much about the Yuga Dharma, basically.
fine.
Saira,
Fine.
thank you. Sairam, sister Padma Priya.
Sairam, sir. Firstly, I think it was a very great session today. Although it was long, I think we could relate a lot to what you said, and I echo with Sister Aarti, who just spoke right before me. The last session, we were asked to go through the discourses in the year 1984 by Swami, about 35 discourses. Um,
Okay.
Actually, I just started to listen a couple of them whenever I either drive or I go around. I always listen, and probably one of the story I little one I heard I wanted to share. I probably wanted to relate to what you were talking today. Uh, it is where Devendra was given a curse, and he was born as a pig and living in filth with the family, and he was having a wife, children, and he was kind of living happily in the filth and dirt. One day, uh, Narada comes to him and tells him that he found a
Mm.
better way by which he can come out of the curse and go back to his Indraloka. But Devendra Jan tells him that no, I'm quite happy living here. I don't want to come back anymore. The Swami is actually talking about the effect of Maya, how great it is that even person like Devendra, who had all the great worlds in his loka, he forgot and started living in like a normal person in the family. So I'm just trying to relate that to what you said today, and relate to Partha, because see, it could be that Partha was trying to think that he is getting detached by not getting into war, which Swami says was a wrong kind of detachment, which was unnecessary or an incorrect way of the moha he got into. And for him, he had Krishna to actually guide him and show him the path. And as you said, probably for us, we But a Swami in the form of Sai Krishna is the way to kind of pass through this world where we are deluded by several times, where we probably thinking that this is the kind of way I'm doing could be the right discrimination I'm following, but it could not be the right one. So, I believe, or just an affirmation I wanted to re-clarify from you that these, um, specifically, if I would listen to the Vahinis we are reading or the sessions we're hearing, are definitely the ways and means by which we probably are attached more to Swami, and Swami guides us in kind of detaching and discriminating, and ultimately getting to this stage. Maybe you can clarify my thought process if I'm right.
Obviously, sister, because this is basically this again, Swami has again given a kind of indication in this session. Not only going through the books and satsangas, it's a practice is very much important. So our mind has to have it, as we discussed, we should have a checklist very clearly, what to listen, what not to listen, what to see, what not to see. And that improvement that we should do, that transformation we should bring through Vahinis, through Swami's discourses. All we to put together, we call it as Sri Satyasai Sahitya, Sri Satyasai literature, which with that only we will be very clearly, like go through and improvise ourselves. I, it's a 100% guarantee, sister, basically,
Yeah.
the one which we can go through the transformation part. And we
Yes,
are the witness of that.
absolutely, Sairam. I think we are definitely seeing a lot of changes in our lives. I believe the brothers and sisters in this call will also agree. One last query I have, brother, is about you said that Sthithaprajna is a state where if a person is active and moving, the Sthithaprajna is asleep. So can we assume that Sthithaprajna is actually the latent form, which is actually masked by the senses? And once we are moving that, we probably realize our true state.
I hope, I think, yeah, it's a very good question, sister. It is, we are in the Samipya, basically. If you look into the no Samipya Sauja, no Sayujya,
Yeah,
the Sthita Prajna is the one Swami gives in Dhyana Vahini. In Dhyana Vahini, in one particular sentence, Swami, one of the student has asked the same question, basically. I'm unable to recall the chapter number. I think chapter 6. I will recall and then I will put that in the WhatsApp message group. He will tell very clearly the one who is there with the Sthita Prajna state, he is always dwelling in this Swami's thoughts. He's in the Satchit Ananda with the Swami. Even he can't carry on any kind of jnana, nothing is there in the mind. Completely he is there with the Swami. When anybody asked, whenever it has to be applied, the self-effulgent will bring that particular knowledge, that wisdom, what's supposed to be done that time, that wisdom will come out. So
yeah,
he is completely, his chitta is completely cleaned. Is with Swami. So I hope that answers your question, sister.
yes, brother. I think I can get it. Thank you, brother.
Sairam.
Sairam.
Thank you, sister. Thank you very much. Sairam, brothers and sisters, anybody has questions? See, going forward, we will be having more discussions towards the philosophical discussions, mostly with the examples also. So, even in the Upanishad Vahini, in the Gita Vahini, uh, please let us apply us in that state and then start realizing that what basically that will give us more clarity uh, on our regular activities also. There, if we keep there, then we will start getting the answers from Swami. Sairam, sister Vinita, sister.
Yes, Sairam, brother. The topic is very interesting and even tough also. At
Hmm.
that point where you told that when we are in the state of mind of Sthithaprajna, that other Stula and all that are absent. I mean, and if they are awake, Sthithaprajna is
Little
asleep or something.
tricky.
I didn't understand that part.
Little tricky, sister.
A little elaborate.
I understood. Maybe I thought also like this discussion is going and this question will come when he is after the Dharmastakam. I will come to that topic and then we can go ahead basically. So it is. So the statement is very clear here, saying that let us go to the problem statement here. When all beings are experienced in the night, the Sthita Prajna would keep himself awake. When all beings are awake, Sthita Prajna would be asleep. Here, in both cases, Sthita Prajna is in the light actually. I mean, with Jnana, with Swami. When all beings are experiencing the night, when they are in avidya and ajnana, in ignorance, Sthitaprajna keep himself with jnana. When all beings are awake, basically, and then which means and the attachment to the world, this is also could be asleep. Swami is very clearly saying this. Ordinary people are vigilant in affairs that concern the senses that arise out of this world. So when what Swami is very clearly saying that the basically the people, all beings are experiencing night. This is Ajnana, and it is in the keeping awake. All beings are awake. Here, what beings are awake? What we are talking about, the people, those who are in attachment to the world, which is awake means it is still in the attachment of the world. But Sthita Prajna will be coming out of that attachment. Asleep means basically he is with in the Sushupti only. Meaning in every state, though it is Jagrata, Sthula, though it is whatever the activities are happening, with it is attached to the world, you are in Sukshma and Susupti. It doesn't mean that you are in dream state. We are away from that and then we are with Swami. When all the people are in completely tamo, basically in this night, the Ajnana also, the Sthita Prajna always will be, basically he'll be with Jnana. He'll be with the Swami. He will be in Sachitananda. In both cases, the team, the basically the world is with, the beings are attached to the world, and Sthita Prajna is away from the world. Away from the creation, he is with the creator. It's very simple to tell. So Swami is very clearly telling this, very profound. Ordinary people are vigilant in affairs and concern that seems to be arise out of this world. Wakefulness for them is care they bestow on the worldly pursuit. But the person steady wisdom unconcerned with these very things and advice to stay asleep. So in both cases, he is with Swami. He is with Sri Satya Sai. I hope this gives the clarity, sister. Sairam. Okay, we will go to the next session. Next question. Sairam, sister Sai Priya Mahajan.
Sairam, brother. Thank you for the session.
Sairam.
I think my favorite Vahini, definitely. Brother, in Dharmashtakam,
Yes, sister.
right, verses 34 onwards. So,
Yes, sister.
Swami is asking us to not run away from, I suppose, life's problems and,
Yes,
whenever we
yes,
are faced
yes.
with difficulties. So
Yes, yes.
now, sometimes actually, my question is that sometimes, even logically, and even if you think in terms of, what spirituality would suggest to you, sometimes stepping away from a situation seems like the most non-violent solution where, you are not hurting others and you are accepting that, okay, it is okay that, why get into uh, arguments and things like that. So sometimes it is not clear whether by stepping away you are running away or you are, uh, trying to do
Yes,
the
yes.
right thing. So, how to find out?
We have used one word very clearly in this Dharmastakam, and the name is also Dharmastakam, basically. See, calling us defend righteousness, uphold the righteousness. So, in your arguments, say, for example, you are doing an appraisal system or you are
Hmm.
doing a performance improvement plan for one particular consultant who is with you, in your team or with
Right.
anybody, you are doing that. You are doing your dharma. You are talking with him saying that, see, this is what you are supposed to do, action by action, action by. You are unable to do it. This you have to improve here. You have to improve here. Why? Because that is your role. You have to talk about according to your role and responsibility to that particular person. Swami
Right.
very clearly told we cannot talk about others in their absence. Only
Yes, like
when
if you are the manager, then anyway you have to do. That is
that is
what.
dharma. You are
Yeah.
upholding the vritti dharma
Right.
to
Right.
ensure that you don't have any other intention to harm
Hmm.
him. You don't have any arishad varga on him. You are
Hmm.
not applying arishad varga. You are applying the duty, your
Hmm.
social duty,
Hmm.
which is again whatever you are talking according to the role, that is completely the nishkama basically and niswartha. So when
Hmm.
you are applying all those things, no, you always will be having a love on that guy, but at the same time, it is stopping your work. It is whole activities is not moving the way it is supposed to go. So you are trying to improvise that person. If I take that, performance improvement discussion, if we are going ahead.
Hmm.
Same thing. It's a performance improvement only when we are discussing with our mother-in-law
Hmm.
or the daughter-in-law,
Hmm.
husband or the wife,
Hmm.
son or the daughter. Same thing is happening. At the end of the day, you have a role.
Right.
That role only you are doing.
Correct.
My
Okay.
son, I mean, I can say always I tell to my kids very clearly, I'm a biological father, your eternal father is always Swami. You always need to be with the Swami. I'll always emphasize when he is not making more marks, I just stopped him and told in the evening today, see,
Hmm.
always be with Swami. Don't get into that, indulging into that particular, no, who is first, who is second, who is third.
Hmm.
Be with Swami. That is will make you are first person with Swami,
Hmm.
right? Role that's supposed to be uphold righteousness.
Okay. And when the role is not clear, role as in when you are not sure if, I mean, of course, first you judge your intention. If it is not coming from the right place, not the right feelings, if it is coming from any negative like Arishad Varga, then you stop. But but if it is not clear whether it is intention is good or not, or dharma is clear or not, then maybe you pray to Swami and ask him whether you need to do anything or not, or you just, I don't know. Sometimes it is not clear what
It will
your
not
role
be
is.
clear because we have not looking into their role, the other people, those who are not with it. Say, for example, a simple, kind of a funny example. a husband and wife going to out, going out basically for a park or for a movie or whatever it is. It's both are going out, and they are telling to mother-in-law basically to have a kind of a look at home, and then it's so obviously there will be a kind of a little subtle understanding, difference will be there, right, between this daughter-in-law and mother-in-law,
Yes.
right? So those are all very subtle things which we have to be when we are taking note. It should be very need to be clarified during our discussions with. If I am daughter-in-law, I'll be talking to my mother-in-law saying that, see, we went there. It is very very good. Actually, went there to get a kind of relaxation and whatever it is, or we went to the bhajans when so it is very difficult. Kids are given such kind of understanding. We have to bring them same way she has to do that particular role and ensure that you have been taken care of your kids and also the grandkids.
Mm.
So that has to go hand in hand. If it takes a kind of little daily activity of our world,
Mm.
only activities if we think in that. So the role,
Of course.
you are very clear about that role part. Any pride, any jealousy, anything will come there. That toxic thoughts will come. Then
Yeah.
it
Then you
goes
know
in a
you are
different
in
direction.
the wrong. Yeah, yeah.
Understanding will go in a different directions.
Right, right.
It's
Thank you,
simple.
brother.
It is like
Yeah.
all. And that's why Swami told very clearly. It is very simple. Come, very easiest task to come out of get control over the senses.
Very tough actually. It will take a lot of time. Simple is oxymoron here, but okay. Okay. Thank you, brother Sairam.
Sairam, sister. Sairam, sister. Artikam, sister. We'll take this as a
Brother,
last question.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
please. Actually, I forgot to ask that time. It was like when you were telling that it is very easy to, the way you concluded right now, to control the senses. Was it by doing the Nam Smarna? Actually, I had to get up for 2 minutes. I could not, Can you just help me with the,
Ah,
answer exactly? Yes,
okay.
yes,
Now I
please.
got it. Okay, sister. 1 minute,
Shortly,
sister.
I'll understand. I missed
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, sister. 1 minute, sister. I'll bring that particular slide. Um, Swami is saying there is nothing easier than the control of the senses to those
Yes,
who do
yes.
not. So Swami very clearly telling that uh, we should be completely out. See, if you one look to see this statement, basically, the one look at the changing the world and realign the consciousness, it will be easy to gain control over your senses.
Right.
We discussed about the childhood,
Yes, yes,
how we
yes.
went to the
Yes.
youth,
How
and all
Swami
those
has
things.
been with us from the birth
Ah,
and all. Yes, that
correct.
till that time I understood it. Yes.
Then it is a passing cloud. When you know that it is a passing cloud, when you know these are all the things that all transformation is keeping on, so there is no applying of Arishad Varga coming out of that Arupshima is very easy. So that's that principle basically. And we also took the example of the ocean and the
Ocean.
waves,
Yes,
how it will
yes.
come up. And then Swami has given this padyam also very clearly, the poem. The all are Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Don't get attached to this universe, but and the creation attached to the creator.
Okay. It means
Sai in this
okay, not to
uh,
be attached with the things around
creation,
us.
basically.
We need to be
Yes,
attached with the Swami. Okay.
creator.
Right. Right.
So it's very clear. So it is easy to come out of this. That is the reason he is telling it is easy because he has created the universe. You are part of the universe. And he is
Oh, yeah, I
telling,
understand. I thought because it is Swami said so easily, it's very easy. However, it is very difficult. So I wanted to know is really something like that? It can be easily controlled. Okay, it's again the
yes,
unattachment and getting attached from the
yeah,
things.
to
Thank you, brother, for this wonderful session.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram,
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. thank you everyone for joining the session. It's already 15 minutes. I have taken more. Sorry for the delay in completion of the session. We will conclude the session with Samastaloka, Asatoma, Saftaloka, and Jayakata Swami. Asato ma sagamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityonma amritangamaya. Om Shanti 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 Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
Sai Ram.
साई राम, साई राम, thank you.
Thank you.
Ram, thank you,
Sai
Sai
Thank
Ram.
you.
Sai Ram, thank
Thank
you
you.
everyone. Sai Ram.
Ram, Ram.
Sai Ram, thank you.
Sai
Sai
Ram.
Ram, sir.
Sai Ram. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, thank you everyone. We'll end the meeting, sir. Sai Ram, thank you.